Yo, yo, yo. What's going up, Mikey? We got some big boys in here. Yes, sir. Another day in paradise. Well, we're supposed to get some nasty weather for the next couple of days, but have a look at this. Half my roof is done, which is pretty good, which means probably in the next couple of days, probably Wednesday when they get back here, all that's going to be settled, and that's going to be one long problem that we had that'll finally be cleaned up. So I got a big old can here set up. I'm going to take a few shots with the with this beauty I got from Lone Star Catapult. We're going to take this on down to the end, and we're going to take a few shots, see how it goes. It's a little bit windy, so I have a feeling I'm gonna have a little bit of vibration problems here with this today, but we'll see how it goes. So let me get this guy back down to the line here a little bit. I'll give you guys another quick look at this frame because it's absolutely beautiful. Jesus made a great job on this thing. Look at that. It's just beautiful. Burnt a little M in there for Mark. The guy did an amazing job. I absolutely love this frame. This guy does amazing work. So any of you guys are out there looking for a Natty or anything like it, I definitely would definitely say check him out because he does some really great work, and he's a super nice guy too. I have actually 2 more frames I got a review for him. They're poly frames, so I'm going to put those into like a compilation video. Should be pretty cool. We'll see how it goes, but I haven't shot any long draw since that last video. This would be my first shot of the day. So I'm just going to fire a couple of them into the big catch box to make sure I'm on target, or at least I'm hitting the target a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. Ooh. Good thing I did that. All right, we're hooking we're hooking left pretty bad. Don't know why, but we'll see if we can figure it out before we go after that can. Oh, there we go. I think we're getting there. Yeah, big cans are fun, especially when you can't shoot for shit long draw. It really makes it a little bit more fun. All right, let's say some hi to some people here first. Okay, we got Mikey. How's it going, Mikey? Rick, how you doing, buddy? Greg, what's going on? Everything's good on my end, bro. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, big cans. We all love big cans, bro. Hey, Tim, how you doing, buddy? Well, you know what, Rick? When I first started out with long draw, I kind of started off with a three-quarter draw. I guess I was like about here, and I was beating the crap out of my face like that all the time. And I actually spoke with one of my buddies, Shane, over Long Island Catapults. I was asking some questions about long draw and what could I do to to stop hitting my face. And he basically told me that the best thing to do is actually just give it a little bit of a speed bump. So when it comes out, it comes around your face, and it usually has enough time to get back on track before it gets there. It did work, but slowly but surely it built my confidence. But once I actually switched to full butter, no more problems hitting my face. As long as I don't lean into my shot after, I'm good. All right, let's see if we can get you over here a little bit. There we go. That could have been part of my problem. See if we can put a hit on that can. No, a little low, but my center line was good. That's what I find when I'm shooting butterfly. After shooting a bunch of times regular, getting back into butterfly after, I find it a little difficult. There we go. I end up having some issues, kind of getting back on target because the anchor is so different and it's kind of weird. But usually, I can get back on track and then start popping cans with them pretty soon, which is pretty nice. Whiff that one a little bit. Oh shit. Check it out, guys. My brother's in the house. Say hi to Rich. What's up, brother? Slingshot Life, how you doing, bro? Have you ever tried thumb down? Yeah, I tried it and it kind of scares me, but I think when I do my draw thumb down, it's actually a little bit better 3/4. But when I try going all the way back here, it causes a lot of stress on my wrist. So I do it the other way, where I do a thumb up grip. Hey, Lone Star Catapult's in the house, and look, bro, we're out here shooting your beauty frame here. Absolutely love this thing, guy. Man, I'm telling you, this thing is it's just sick. I love it. To get the same speed of the ball, if you switched to cheek weld method, I guess that's hold method. How much harder of pull or thicker bands do you think you will need to reach the same speed? I don't know. That's a tough one. I recently did a quick video on that, and on the difference between the two speeds of bands. I don't know. The fastest bands I've ever tested were Sniper Sling Black 0.5, and I was getting, I think it was 328 feet per second or 30 something, somewhere around. It might have been 36. I can't remember exactly, but those bands were really, really fast. And the second fastest bands were actually Sniper Sling Black, again, 0.7. But I was shooting those with 9.5 millimeter steel. And if we were to shoot those, for example, long draw, and then trying to go up to short draw, I don't think I could ever reach those speeds with a short draw. A lot of the I guess the best way to compare short draw versus long draw is like a handgun versus a rifle. The more time you have your projectile under pressure, the more speed it's going to pick up. Now with these bands, for example, it's the same kind of thing. On a long draw, your ammo is under pressure, longer, under tension, while it's picking up speed coming across and through your forks. And I don't think anything really could really get you there to the speeds of long draw by shooting short draw. I don't think so. Not that you could actually shoot properly. Oh man. So Lone Star Catapult says, I feel privileged to see it on your videos. Oh, by the way, the M is for Mark. Yeah, that's what I figured, bro. I got to tell you, I really, really love this frame, man. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a great design. It's fantastic. And I absolutely love shooting this thing. Hey, how you doing? Whoa, where'd you go? Truther, how you doing, bro? So I actually got 3 frames with me today. 2 of them I've made myself, and one of them from the one I'm shooting right now from Lone Star Catapults. I know a lot of people like to buy their frames and all that stuff, but you can actually make yourself a really nice slingshot with a tree fork and a few regular home tools like a file and a saw and some sandpaper. You can go a long way with just those things, and even and possibly a file. But oh, missed that one. So we're supposed to get some nasty weather coming this week. It's going to be rain for like 3 or 4 days. And I wasn't sure. If I should do a live today or do another video for next week, considering I released one this week already. But I figured, let's go do a live. We'll have some fun with some natties. I had some questions about natties on my last live, so I figured it would be fun to go ahead and show my stuff, I guess you could say. I do like full draw indoors box, but not for pesting. Do you find you're a little less accurate with the long draw versus the short draw? Yeah, I think I'm going to be doing a few more lives coming up. I find it's kind of fun, and I really like interacting with you guys. We can come out here and chat and do our thing and get some shots done, and I can get some practice in, which is always pretty nice. Although I don't find I shoot my best when I'm back and forth in between the camera and me, but shooting, but it doesn't really matter. It's still lots of fun. I'm still getting my practice in and my reps in, which is all pretty good. I'm going to take a few more shots with this guy, and I think we're going to switch frames and switch targets. Oh, this. Whoa. Getting crazy vibration. I don't know if you see those bands shaking in the wind. It always scares me when I'm getting ready to shoot like that. Hey, how's it going, Chad? Don't get yourself in trouble now. Yeah, I can imagine if you're walking through the bush hunting with a long draw, it can kind of get all tangled up and cause some issues. Wind wobble, yeah. Yeah, it gets a little spooky when you're when those bands start to vibrate in the wind. Woo, you never know what you're going to wind up where your shot's going to wind up going. I guess we'll have to take one more good hit, and then we'll switch it up. That was one good miss. Let's try that one good hit again. Ah, come on. Cut me some slack here. Ah, okay, one more shot. Let's go. All right. We're going to put this guy down for now. I'm going to stick him. Where am I going to stick him? Stick him in the back pocket. All right. So I'm going to go back to short draw for a minute. Oh, hold on a second here. Where are the old specs? Hey, how's it going, Lee? Doing good over here. Just out here having a little bit, just doing a little shooting. So this guy here, guys, this is the first frame I ever carved. First one. And I'm telling you, you'd be hard pressed to find a frame that feels better than this. It's so comfortable in the grip. I got some Sniper Sling yellow, 22 to 12, 0.5s on here. And this is a goat skin pouch. Now, I've always been a kangaroo guy, a kangaroo leather guy. I find they're a little bit firmer. When they break in, they're beautiful. Goat leather also makes a really nice pouch. Way better than cow leather, I find. They come out so supple and soft. Man, it shoots so nice. It's great. It's absolutely great. So I'm actually going to take that can down. Oh, maybe we'll take a couple of shots first just to get warmed up. The fork width on this beauty here. Look at that. This is made out of beech. I'm thinking about putting a little burn in on the bottom, and I'm thinking about getting what do you call those things? Like a mosaic pin type thing, and sticking it in the bottom there with my logo on it. Might be pretty cool. This one is a little bit too wide for me, so I think I'm actually going to raffle it off once I get it all complete and how I like it. Oh man, this wind is really picking up. So I'm going to go ahead and take a couple of shots at that can. Then we're going to switch it up to a paper target. And I got these fun squirrel paper targets. We'll see if we can have some fun with that. Okay, definitely shooting low, but I think we can adjust for that. All right, we'll take one more shot, then we'll go change that target. Woo! Yep, man, I love this thing. Jack Dawson, I have enough trouble shooting short draw. I have no chance with long draw. Oh, you never know. It might be your thing, bro. The Warrior pouch, the laminated Warrior pouches, I'm not a fan. Yeah, they are durable. They will last a long time, but I do find that they tend to delaminate, and it feels a little bit funny in my grip. So I started to go away from those. Anyway, okay, we'll stick that guy down there. So I started going away from the laminated ones and just buying the straight up. Look at that. Winner, winner, squirrely dinner. I think that should be good, eh? Whoop. Have a look. That should be fun. We'll do, just to start off for fun, we'll see if we can do 3 shots here, and then once I get zoned in on this one, we'll go to the smaller target, see if we can pop a couple of those. Don't worry, bro. It's not a real squirrel. Paper targets don't lie, and let me tell you, that is the absolute best way if you're out there trying to troubleshoot, get better at aiming. When you're shooting at those paper targets, there is no lie. Absolutely best way to get better. All right. First, we got to figure out this frame because it is way too wide for me. We're probably, I'm I believe this one is 98 millimeters fork width on there. I made this frame back when I had no clue about any kind of anything about slingshot frames or anything, and I just found that I had a hard time shooting it. I was always shooting low, and I put this frame aside, and I haven't shot it in at least a year and a half, at least. I have a video of this actually where I, when I made the frame, I actually went out on my canoe. I did some fishing and I parked on an island and I shot at a can that I hung from a tree. It was a fun video, but it did pretty bad. All right, so here we go. Squirrel body first. Wah, wah. Yeah. It's a huge difference. That 98 versus my 88 that I like makes a huge difference. All right, that's going to be a problem. I'm going to go fix that. Give me a second. Oh, I set some down here, guys. Can you give me a shout about how the audio is? Are the audio okay? Everything sounds okay? The video is okay? There we go. That should do. I was a little worried because I forgot to turn my mic on when I was setting this up. So I just turned it on real quick before, while we were rolling in the beginning. So, okay. So my reference point so far, if I'm shooting off the middle of the fork, I'm hitting at the top of the circle. If I shoot at a quarter of the fork, I hit at the bottom of the circle. So I got to kind of split that difference and see if we can get right into that bullseye. I can't even see where that one went. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do our best shooting with this frame. It's just too big for me. There we go. There's a bullseye right through that 10. Same hole. Perfect. Okay. Let's see if we can get that squirrel's head. Oh, just a low. Got him in the neck. I don't know if you guys are seeing this or not. Can you see it all the way down there? Oh, no. It's starting to rain, guys. I'm gonna hang on here as long as I can. Yeah, I think we're still shooting a little bit on the low side. I'll try one more, get a little higher here. There we go, bullseye. Okay, let's get that tail. We'll get that tail and I'll come back and check out these comments. Okay, that was terrible and far left, but the height was good. Okay, now we're low. Didn't even see where that one went. Okay, I'll take one more shot and we'll go and take a look at it, and then you guys can make fun of me for my shitty shooting. How about that? Oh, there we go. Almost in the box. Let's go take a look. First questions. Okay, audio is good. Oh yeah, FedEx boxes would be good. I should probably use all those Amazon boxes I get too. That'll be pretty good. And these squirrel targets are actually peeling sticks too. It'd be pretty nice. Atlantic Woodsman. Hey, my man, what camera are you using? And it's nice and clear. I'm actually using my Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus. That's what I use on my thing. And I'm actually using the little camera so I can actually see me talk. You see me get distracted. I keep on looking over here. That's me looking at myself because I'm what do you call it? I think I'm too pretty. Is this distance 33 feet? Yeah, I'm shooting at 33 feet. Actually, I'm probably actually 1 meter longer. Rain is coming. It's pouring in Pierrefonds. Yeah, it's on its way here. It's coming. Hey, Jasmine, how you doing? Sister-in-law in the thing. Everyone say hi. Let me know if you got Maddie with you. Everyone say hi to Maddie too. Yeah, dangerous rain in the rubber. I know. This one actually has no band grooves cutting it. These are just taped up real nice. So we'll see how it goes. But I'll take a. We got to see that target, right? All right, let's go check out the target. Well, the rain just stopped again, so hopefully it's not going to tear us apart here. Yeah. So look at this trash. We got 1 or 2 bullseyes here. This was the beginning shooting, just getting it locked up. Had a hard time with this one, but we got our bull, and I had 2 just scraping the edge. Not so bad, not the best, but let's see if we can get a 40 mil flipper set up on there and see if we can dial this big guy in, and we'll see how it goes. I definitely wasn't expecting to be shooting. That low with this frame. The first couple shots, I actually hit the front of the catch box and never even got the target. So, yeah. See if we can dial this guy in. I'm too sexy for my shirt. You want me to take it off? You'll see these viewers drop to 0 real quick. All right, 40 mil flipper with this monster slingshot here. Oh, okay, just under it. I got this guy dialed in. This next shot's going to be a hit. There it is. Just caught the edge of that one. Whew, that was really high for some reason. Beauty. It's the only thing I don't like about this catch box. When I hook things up in the front, like you saw how I hooked them onto the front of the catch box, I hit it, I get a lot of spit outs. Everything starts popping right out. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, not too bad shooting considering I prefer 88 and 90 millimeter frames, and this guy's a 98, way big for me. Cool. Oh man. Yeah, it's definitely difficult when you gotta, I don't know if I could show you this, but there we go. Basically what I do when I'm shooting these guys, I take the edge of my fork and I try to line it up with my target. And basically what I do is I kind of split that 40 mil flipper and I come down to about here, and I try to hit it like that. Now, it's good for shooting long distances, but you definitely have to make sure that your bands are pointing straight down that line to be able to get that. Otherwise, you're going to be like that little bit. You're off a millimeter, but by the time it crosses those 10 meters, whoo, it's a big difference. Oh, so just a little bit off makes a huge difference when you're splitting the target up like that. Yeah, shooting low. Keep on forgetting, trying to go point on, and it's not good. It's a total miss. Yeah, I'm shooting all over the place now. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Atlantic Woodsman. Always good to hear from you, bro. Yeah, the rain is better than snow. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about, Truther says, I made my catch box out of a 10mm ply. Perfect place holes in the sides for spinners and never bounce up. Yeah, you know, that's, I'm actually thinking about doing that now. On my bottom catch box with the barrel, I don't have any problems with bounce outs, but it's always the little ones that I have an issue with. This one here that I have, the little tabs up on top came loose and broke off, so I can't put the target inside anymore. But that new one that I just picked up from AliExpress, I had on my last live, handled it no problem. I had absolutely no bounce outs at all through the whole day, and that's just by having that flipper inside the box a couple of inches. Oh, yep. I've always had a hard time with this frame. I think this one will definitely go into a raffle and maybe head out towards one of you guys if you're interested. We'll see. Yep, it's a tough one. Here we go. Rico, how you doing, man? Everything's good on my end. So since we got a few of you in here, any of you guys make and shoot your own natties? Gotta tell you, I absolutely love the feeling of this one. I just wish I would have made it a little bit more narrow on those forks, and this thing would have been a murderer for me. I think I'm gonna have to get out and get some more natties. I mean, get some more forks. But I mean, look at the grain on this thing. It was just beautiful. Look at that. But I think out of all the natties I've made, the one I'm about to pull out is probably my best shooter. This was basically my attempt at making a sparrow. This guy I carved out of a piece of ash. Does have some little wormholes in them. All of our ash trees out here are dying from the emerald ash borer. We have a bad case of that stuff here. They're coming through and just tearing everything up. This frame also, another absolutely amazingly comfortable frame. It holds so well, and I've actually got it wrapped up on with some deer hide thread that I made, and it really adds a nice grip and a comfort to the handle of the grip on this thing. It's a really great shooter. Yeah, so Rick says I've had 7 made, or he's made 7. He loves making them, but he finds them hard to shoot. I need to be more selective with my forks. I agree. I used to just go by and take any kind of Y stick I could find and go for it. Now, I definitely want to have the forks pretty close together and with thick posts. So basically that's a 9.5 mil. Basically, I'm able to whittle away everything that I need, so I can actually make it a really comfortable and the perfect width that I like. Also, being able to give it a shape in the body. Like, I like to have my forks just a little bit more forward from my hands, and it really makes it a lot more comfortable. Locks in there real nice. Brian McGregor. Hi, Mark, watching from Germany. How you doing, bro? I was in your country, actually, in a town called Freiburg, and another town I can't remember the name of, back in 2001. I really liked it there. I was going to go back, but the euro came in, made it too expensive. 400-year-old oak trees, Winfield. Wow, that's crazy. Beautiful markings, as solid as iron. Absolutely. And you know what? I was actually planning on heading out to the woods this weekend after that crazy storm we had. We have branches and sticks all over the city that are down. I can only imagine what the woods are going to look like. I've got a lot more. There's a lot of beech in my area where I go, and there's also a couple of oak trees. So I'm hoping I can get myself some nice frames that I can come back and actually make some more of these bad boys. It'll be really nice. So we'll see how it goes. Let's take our first shot and see what we can get going on. Ooh. You're off? Where are you going? Skate park? Okay. Woo. Yep, it's gonna take some getting used to this one after shooting those that monster. Okay, I see. There we go. So, like I was showing you before, this guy was made out of ash. I've actually haven't finished this guy completely yet, only because I was trying to whittle down the handle a little bit more. I think I got a little bit more to go before I put the wrap back on and call it done. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill up all the holes, and then probably spray it with some kind of polyurethane or oil it or something, and get it locked in to exactly how I like it. But this one shoots really, really nice. It's really comfortable. And we got some Sniper Sling 22-12 on there. And with a West Mitchell pouch, kangaroo leather. Absolutely love this thing. Shoots really nice, really comfortable. And it's got the right amount of slip and the right amount of grip, which is really nice. Oh. I'm actually kind of excited, guys. Coming up on the Grizzly Catapult team shooting, we've got another challenge coming up. This one's going to be shooting a 60mm target, which should be reasonably easy. You have to hit it 4 times at 8 meters, 4 times at 10 meters, and 4 times at 12 meters. You have to have a minimum of 8 on 12 to progress to the next week, and you get 3 chances per week per challenge. The week after, it's going to be 10, 12, and 15 meters, 4 shots each on a 60mm frame flipper, and then they're going to have the shoot off for the winners. I'm hoping I'll see some of you over that Grizzly Catapult team. So if you guys are in, head on over there on Facebook and sign up, join the group, and you can get in on some of these challenges. It's a lot of fun, great community, and it's not really a battle to see who's going to win, who's going to be the challenger, but it's more of a really fun way to get out, shoot, with a little bit of stress, I guess, added by the camera and shooting live, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm hoping I'll see some of you guys over there. When this is all done, I'll try to put the link to the group in the description below, and we can hopefully we'll see you there, and you can join in on the fun. It's a blast. And it doesn't really matter what your level is. If you're just starting out or you've been shooting all your life, every week or so, he puts out a different challenge. So the first one that I participated in was a can cutting contest to see how many shots it takes to cut a can. And then the winner is the winner. The second one we did was a tough one. It was shooting 3 lifesavers and at least possible shots. So the best score you can get is 3 shots for 3. And I think only one guy, and that was Andy Munn, who got that one. So that was pretty nice. My best score was 7. But I wasn't particularly happy with that because I was a little bit below my average. But this challenge coming up is going to be fun. You get to shoot at different ranges, and That's also a big part of shooting, especially for hunters out there when you're shooting at 5 meters, 10 meters, 15 meters, 20 meters, 25 meters. You know, getting to get your frame dialed in on all those ranges is a skill in itself. Shooting high all of a sudden again. Yep, high. Mark, can I teach how to shoot semi-butterfly? I could tell you what I know on how to slingshot to shoot with butterfly, but really my skill level at that probably isn't good enough to be teaching anybody anything. I would definitely probably ask somebody like Chuck and Steele or many of the other guys out there that shoot way better than I do. So maybe I could come up with something, but I'm really not the best guy for that. It's not my strong suit, I guess we could say. Eddie Music Log. Mark, have I read the book Slingshooting by Jack H. Kohler? Nope. I've actually never even heard of it. I should probably check that out. Do I have any preference on pouches for butterfly setup? Yeah, I do. Because I like to... where did I put that thing? Hold on a second. Hold on. Here we go. Because I like to sometimes shoot 8mm steel or 9mm steel, I tend to use one of these pouches. Here we go. It's a kangaroo leather, a little bit more comfortable, but I like to, I kind of hold my grip like this when I'm pulling back. And I find these kangaroo leather pouches are soft. They've got just enough grip on them to make them to grip comfortably. And I can fit 8mm steel, 9mm steel in here. And I find if I do end up brushing my face with the leather pouches, I don't get that mark I get from the pit locating super fiber pouches. They kind of scuff up my face and whatnot. But yeah, this kind of style here is really good, and it gives me a lot of material to get grip on with my fingers, so I don't have to squeeze it as hard, which is nice for my grip. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, bro? From East Tennessee. Awesome. Thanks, Mark. Got to make a move. Hopefully next live video. Yep, I'll be around, man. Slingshot shooting is called. Chris from Catapult Carnage recommended that book. He said it's a very good book for anyone in the slingshot community. Yeah, I'm going to check it out. See if I can find it on Amazon. Hey, Simon, how you doing? Yeah, actually, I just sent Chris a message. It had been, I don't know, man. It had been like maybe 2-3 months, and I hadn't seen a video from Chris in a while. I have him, you know, he's one of my favorite channels out there. Does great stuff, and we've chatted back and forth a couple of times. Chris is a really, really nice guy, and I'm like, man, I haven't heard or seen anything from Chris in like, I don't know, 3 months at least. So I went onto his channel today, and for some reason my bell notifications was turned off, which is crazy because I don't want to miss anything that Chris is putting out. Yeah, his channel, his content, everything is great. So I watched that first video of him chatting with his buddy in the woods about how they started off in slingshots. It was pretty cool. Oh man, I'm stinking it up today. Yeah, Chris is crazy with the darts. I won't have any part of that. All it would take is one draw and it slips out of your fingers and you're harpooned in the hand and nah. Nope, I don't have that kind of crazy in me, unfortunately. Whoa. Yep, it's not turning out good. There we go. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of videos planned for this week and this weekend, but I just don't know when the rain's going to start. It's supposed to get crazy rain for the next couple of days, and I was like, man, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do it. So I think probably for the next week or two, I'll be doing some live videos when I have a break in the weather. I'll come out here, do some shooting and some chatting with you guys, and then once the weather clears up, I'll get back to my regular videos. But the week after, next week, I got a batch of hot sauce I got to make. This is probably gonna be on the Sunday, and my son's got a wrestling tournament on the Saturday. So I may be able to squeeze one in the evening, depending on what time the tournament finishes up, but we'll see. If not, I'll try to come out and do a bit of a live. There we go. Oh man, I'm out of shots. Gotta go reload. I think we're gonna change up the target, and I'll keep on shooting with this homemade Sparrow here. But I think I'm gonna switch up the target. I'm gonna get some shots on that pheasant head. I like shooting that thing. Take it easy, bro. Yeah, I know. Chris has a new video up today. It was actually the one that I popped up this morning, and I saw it. I'm like, oh man, I gotta check Chris out and see what's going on. It's been a while, and sure enough, there was a video, and there's like 6 in a row that I've missed. So kind of pissed about that, but I watched 2 of them this morning, and then kind of decided it was time for me to get out and make an appearance, do some shooting, say hi to my buds. It's kind of neat. Got some family members in the chat today, so a shout out to Richard, Jasmine, and Maddie, my brother, sister-in-law, and my niece. Kind of cool to have some family join me on the lives. All right, that one we're gonna need. This one we'll put down. Where'd that go? All right, got a couple of pheasant heads here. I'm gonna set these guys up. This one's more of a wobbler, so when you hit him, he kind of bounces back. He doesn't always go back to the same spot, but it's not bad. But these ones you get from GZK, these guys here are badass. I've had one for quite a while, and I finally busted a hole in his head. But these guys, when you hit them, they start wagging all over the place, and if you can get loaded up in time, you can actually pop another shot on them, so it's kind of cool. I think what I'm going to do is I'll take a couple of shots with the camera down there, then I'll bring the camera down here and take a couple shots so you can see the impacts. Might be fun. There's one there. All right, I got them all set up. So let's go back a little bit. We'll take some shots. Oh, you see these clowns? See those guys going by there? Yeah. They definitely won't be coming on my property no more. They brought the crazy out of me. Coming onto my property, doing work, and then trying to charge me for it that wasn't even agreed upon. And I ended up hopping in the car with their manager on the phone. And they've got this sneaky little address where they hang out. And where their head office is. And the guy got really, really melvy with me on the phone. I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to come on down there. We're going to talk in person. And let's see how this goes. And the guy started melting off, thinking I didn't know where their office was. I found out from a friend through a friend. And I was just going over the bridge to get back onto the island. And I'm like, put your manager on the phone. I said, listen, I'm tired of being spoken to like I'm a piece of crap. You guys keep coming on my property and trying to bully me. You fucked with the wrong guy. I'm on my way. We're going to have a talk in person. We'll see how you like it. Oh, sir, you can't come. You can say whatever you want. We're going to talk in person. I'm done with you. And then the guy's like, okay, hold on. Put the real manager on the phone because the other guy was faking. And the other guy's like, sir, just turn your car, go home. We'll never bother you again. And haven't had another thing. They must have me on their list, not even to ring my doorbell now, because yeah, it didn't. They really got me fired up. Woo! There's our first pheasant. Got him rocking and rolling a little bit. You see what I mean now? I don't know if you could. Where am I here? Yeah. No, more this side, I guess. I don't know where you guys can see the pheasant heads, but you see how he's kind of leaning over now? He's not even sitting straight anymore. Yeah. So I guess it's I don't know. Over here somewhere on the opposite side, you'll see. Just over his head. Actually, having those pheasant heads get stuck in the same position, or getting stuck in an odd position, it actually makes it a little more challenging to hit. When they're standing straight up, you can kind of line it up better, but when they're leaning over sideways, it makes it a little more difficult. There we go. Just caught him a little bit. See if we can put another good one on him, then we'll switch to the other pheasant head. No, just over his head again. There we go. We spun him right around. See if I missed anything here. Oh yeah, the spring one's a blast, man. I absolutely love that that pheasant head. I'm actually collecting a couple of targets right now for like a woods course I'm going to do a video on coming up pretty soon, as soon as I can get back out there. I've got I don't know. I got two pheasant heads and one more coming on the way. I got these little knockdown animals. One of them's a ram, one of them is a pig, one of them's a turkey, I think, and the last one's a chicken. They're kind of small. Oh, just caught him in the neck. I've also got a can I want to shoot up high and a can I want to shoot down low, and a little tumbler target. It's going to be fun. Oh, that stung. You could tell that stung. Oh, I just missed him. He ducked it. He's got good head movement, that guy. Must be a boxer. Boxing pheasant. Yeah, I've done one before. Back when I did my Evo review, I set up like a course just to go out and shoot. Basically had, hey, how's it going, David? Basically had a whole bunch of targets set up. And as I was going through, was testing them all, shooting a bunch of things, and it was a lot of fun. It's probably one of my favorite ways to get out and practice. Is you're shooting in the woods in a natural environment. There's a lot of visuals going on, so it adds a little bit of a challenge to your shots because you got a lot of distractions with with little critters running around, squirrels, sticks, leaves falling, all that kind of stuff. Oh, just skimmed them. It makes it fun, but also when you're out shooting in the bush, there's a lot of different natural targets you can shoot at also, which are pretty cool. I've got a 9.5 millimeter steel ball here. See if I can get a hit on there with one of these guys in Sniper Sling 0.5. Yep, there we go. But it's definitely makes a more challenging shoot and makes you a better shooter. All right, I think I'm going to bring this guy down there just for a couple of shots, just so you can see the impacts in the wagon around. I don't know. I love watching that. All right, let's see if I can find a way that I can rotate this camera around so I can protect my screen a little bit. Whoop. It'll work. Yep, there we go. All right. All right. Hopefully the view is decent. All right, let's have some fun. Oh man. Camera's close and I got the fear in me a little bit. All right, let's start with the other one first. There's one. So you see the one with the heavy base on the bottom. Yeah, you hit it, but if you're shooting 9.5 millimeter steel, you could usually get it to rock and roll quite good. Whoop. But if you're not, and you're shooting like 8 millimeter steel, it has to be like a perfect direct hit to really knock him down. And I don't think he ever even touches the grass, really. Ah. Yeah, see, I popped him right in the eyeball. Nothing happened. Let's try the springy one now. See how this one goes. He's wagging around the wind a little bit, but see, that's so much more satisfying. Watching him rock and roll. Let's see if we can get him on the wiggle. Yep. All right, I'll get one more good hit on him and I'll come and get you. Oh, so much fun. Ah, I missed. One more good hit. One more good hit. I got him, but it wasn't a good hit. There we go. I'll take that. So look at this. We already got a hole in it. Let's switch you around again. There we go. All right. So what did I miss? Do I have any preference on OTT slingshots or TTF slingshots? I have some experience. It's fun to shoot, but for some reason, I could shoot it like it's my best slingshot one day, and then the next day I can't hit a damn thing with it. I really don't know why. It's actually kind of annoying. I wish I could figure it out, because there's a lot of slingshots out there that I'd like to test out that are TTF, like the PPMG and all that stuff. It's a beautiful looking frame, good grip on it and everything like that, but I just can't seem to shoot TTF for some reason. David Lou, I want to come to Canada. You want to go to Canada? Well, it's a pretty nice place. If you're into camping or the outdoors, this place is like it's a great place for that. We've got some amazing parks and camping and hiking trails and all kinds of stuff that's all over the place. Beautiful, big, crazy looking wildlife. Gorgeous, gorgeous spot. If you want to check out a video that I've done, Dave, check out this. I did a 53-kilometer canoe camping trip through Algonquin Park last Canada Day weekend, so July 1st. Me and 3 buddies, we went out with our canoes and basically did a really great tour, sleeping in hammocks in these spots. We ran rapids all the way up to Class 3. It was just an amazing, amazing trip. We saw so many cool things. We saw a beaver and a coyote get into a fight, but I couldn't get close enough to get video of it. Saw some northern water snakes up on the rocks. We had otters at nighttime breaking shells on the beach of the spot where we were sleeping. It was just an amazing, amazing trip. And in Canada, we've got places like this all over. It's like so many beautiful, beautiful spots. I think my favorite day of that whole trip was when we were in this place called the Natty. Basically, you're inside of a canyon on your canoe, zipping down through the water. It's really, really calm. And my buddy Victor ends up catching these 2 beautiful walleye, probably somewhere in the 6-pound range. Monsters, beautiful. And we ended up eating one of those bad boys for dinner that night, and it was fantastic. Probably one of the best fish I ever ate. Yeah, going back to OTT, I know a lot of people like to shoot those TTF frames. I just found that I had problems shooting at range with them because you always have to shoot a little higher than the target, and you had to kind of guess what you're shooting at if it was something small. Now you see, we caught that one right on the top of the head, and he flopped over pretty nice. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Whoa, I can. Okay, so probably you guys weren't even seeing any of that. Me just shooting into the abyss. All right, there we go. Zoom up just a little bit. Whoa, there we go. There we go. Now you can see them wagging around a little bit. Yeah, I tried that pheasant head with the base inside of a in the bush, and most of the time I would hit it, it would flop down and stay down, which was not good. But if you're out there shooting in the indoor range, anywhere on a proper regular floor, that thing will wobble and stand perfectly straight back up for you every time you shoot. Man, it's been a while since I shot Sniper Sling .5, and I gotta tell you, I really, really like these bands. They're super nice. Oh, that pheasant's gonna have a headache. Let's back up a touch. See if we can get to the 15-meter mark here. We're pretty close to that already. Might be a little farther than 15 meters. There we go. Yep. Got them both. Oh, I just sailed that one right over his head. I probably could have cut these bands a little bit shorter. Would have given me a little bit more speed. There we go. Yeah, would have shot a little bit flatter. From this distance, I tend to, yeah, I can see the ball kind of just lobbing in there a little bit. All right. I am the Cannihilator. I love your name, bro. That's awesome. The Cannihilator. You and Vandal should probably do a the Can Vandal should do a head-to-head. Yeah. Cyan Davies, how you doing, buddy? Everything's good on my end here. We're just doing a little bit of shooting out in the yard. I figured in the last live, for those of you who are just joining in, on the last live I did, I had one of the viewers were asking me about if I have a natty that I ever shoot and I like the most. And I took my 3 favorites, all for different reasons, and we've been shooting them a little bit today. The first one we started off with is one that I did not make. This one's the natty that Lone Star Catapult's made for me. It's absolutely beautiful. The grain on this thing is awesome. It's made out of mesquite, and it's got a little M for Mark burnt into it. Absolutely beautiful. And we did some shooting with this guy earlier on, but the wind was getting pretty bad. I don't know if you could see this here, but I'll see if you can see why I stopped shooting it. But the wind was blowing, and the bands were doing this just way too often. And I started peppering everything all over the place, and it was getting a little dangerous. So I said, forget it. Then we switched to my first ever natty that I ever carved out. Is this guy here. This one's made out of beech. It's from a beech tree. Got a little ATO in there. And this was actually my first ever handmade natty that I carved out besides a stick. And we did some shooting with this guy too today. Not too bad, but I find that the fork width is way too big. This is a 98 millimeter fork width, way too high for me. So I brought out my in-progress Sparrow. I did a video of this quite a long time ago when I first made it, but I've since made some modifications to it. The forks on this thing are absolutely lovely, super comfortable, locks in the hand, great. It's got an 88mm fork width, which is comfortable, but I found that the handle was a little bit too chunky. So I shaved down the handle and I put this wrap on it. And this is actually a buckskin, deer buckskin wrap of a lace that I actually cut out of a big piece of deer skin that I was actually using for pouches back in my bushcraft days. And anyway, we got this guy all set up, and we're doing some shooting with it today, and I'm really liking this guy. I think now that we're doing some pretty decent shooting with it and I'm warmed up, I think maybe we'll go back to let's try a 30mm flipper. Oh, actually, let's have a go with that squirrel one last time and see how that goes. See if we can get some bullseyes done on this guy. There we go. Clip that guy down here. Whoop. There we go. Should be good to go. Anything else? No, nothing going on. So here's a question for you guys. Do any of you use a handmade Natty as your go-to frame? I'd like to know if anybody's actually using a homemade slingshot as their everyday slinger. Yeah, still shooting a little high with this one. Got to adjust it just a little. There we go. Yeah, so shooting a paper target, I just had one go through the paper target, hit the back, and pop right back out the front again. Crazy. Yeah, we're chewing up that bullseye pretty good. Still aiming a little bit high on it, but I'm not doing too bad. Yeah, a little high, a little left. I'm gonna see if we can pop one on that little squirrel's head there. Yep. That's dinner right there. I think we just got him in the eye. Not in the target, but all right, let's try one on the tail. Got it. See if we can match that one again. Oh, that was terrible. There we go. Not so bad. See if you can have a look at that. Whoop. I don't know if that's coming in clear or not enough, but not my best shooting, but who cares? Still fun. Gotta get out and get some practice done. So for the next, so we got a whole bunch of shots in there, a couple in there, really close in there. Not my best shooting, but still effective enough. We got that big old can we got to finish off here. So let's get this guy finished off. We're gonna need some more ammo. Yeah, so one day soon, I'm gonna have to come back out here and do a lot of work on that catch box. Gotta get that thing set up. Gotta get that thing set up real nice so we can set up a bunch of targets and have some fun. But as it is now, you can see the curtain in the back's all tore up, and the flippers are all busted up. Everything's kind of coming apart. So I'm gonna have to get it all fixed up. Oh, what do we got here? Sean McPhee, how you doing, bro? Just out here doing some shooting with some Nattys today, having a little bit of fun, and chatting with everybody back home. I think we're gonna get that can right now. I think it's the end of it. Yep, walked all the way down here for nothing. We're gonna have to put another can up on there. Did most of the damage on that can while I was shooting long draw in the beginning of the video, but I wasn't expecting it to come apart so quick. Shooting the short draw. Oh, all right. Got this little bubbly can. Just to show you how I set up my cans. A while back, I did a video on these little can hangers. I made one myself, and I actually sent the idea over to Min. And I told him at Sniper Sling, you got to make one of these. And it's pretty cool because in the video he did that. He gave me a shout out for giving him the idea, which was pretty nice. But let me tell you, I've tried a bunch of things. I know I've said this in my last one too, using the office clips and putting a stick inside. Nothing holds better than these things, man. I'm telling you. I've never ever had one even come close to coming off. It's a cut can, or it stays there pretty much. Have I noticed any difference on according to the weight of the slingshot? Yeah, you know what? There seems to be a bit of a sweet spot. I don't know if it's a difference in speed or not. That would kind of be hard to check, but a difference in accuracy for sure. Hold on a second. Let me get you set up properly here. I've done some shooting with heavier frames like the Evo or the HGH. And when I'm shooting those frames, you have a lot less recoil later on with your frame. So the bands pretty much do the work and your hands stay there, which is kind of nice. The lighter frames, when I'm shooting, sometimes you could see a lighter frame with heavier bands when you're shooting. When the bands pass through, they kind of snap the forks forward a little bit. And I don't know if it really makes a difference on the accuracy or not, but sometimes when the things shoot forward, it actually pulls the frame out from my hand or from my thumb, and I think it might make a difference with the accuracy. The speed, I don't know. I don't think it does make a difference. It would be interesting to test out. I just don't know how I would do it. The difference between a heavy band or difference between a band set on two different frames. Might be kind of tough to figure out. It's an interesting question, though. I was out shooting some cans today. It was a nice day. What bands am I using? Today, I'm using, these are Sniper Sling 0.5 yellow with a tapered from 22 to 12, which is my preferred shooting taper. And it's pretty nice. I really like these bands. They're probably one of my favorites, right up there with Gongchi and probably Falcon bands. They're really, really nice. I can't really use these yellow Sniper Sling bands in the cold. I find when you get around that 5-degree mark Celsius, they tend to really, really slow down a little. So usually what I do in wintertime is I'll go up to 0.6. 0.6. I don't have any 0.65, but, oh, that was terrible. I don't have any 6.5, but I do have 0.6 and 0.5. They shoot really, really nice. 0.6 in winter, pretty good. Oh man, chatting and shooting is not working for me. So basically what I do is I'll take my shots in wintertime with a 0.6, and if I have to, I'll bump up the taper from like 22 to 15, maybe a little bit bigger, 22, 18, if I have to. Sometimes 24 to 18, but it has to be really, really cold for that. Really, really cold. I'm trying not to do too much shooting in the cold anymore, like at the minus 20 range, like I used to. I found that it gets to a point where all of a sudden you can't really feel your fingers anymore, and you're trying to hold on to it. And I don't know if you saw that video a while back, but I was shooting with a brand new Casper from Prime 4 Catapult that I was supposed to do a review on, and did my draw, and while I was trying to get everything lined up, I slipped out of my hand. I hit it, and I broke a big chunk of the epoxy off of it. And luckily, Andrew is a really cool guy, because I was supposed to do a review on that frame, and I completely screwed it up. Made it look really, really ugly. I still have it though. I glued the pieces back on and whatever, but it's not really a frame I'd like to show you guys on a review with it being heavily damaged like that. But anyway. The original review I did for the Casper was a pretty good video, so I think that one will hold up. See if we can cut this can here. I could definitely miss the can. See if we can cut it. Oh, so close. Okay, let's see what we're missing here. I've been shooting 0.6 Sniper Sling, 20 to 12 with 3/8, and man, they just won't break. I've had at least 1,000 shots. You know what? No joke. Same thing here. I can't even tell you how many shots I had on those bands. I had them attached to my S Enlivener. Did a whole bunch of shooting. I did like 3 or 4 videos, plus a bunch of practice with those bands. And I ended up taking them off in the end before they cut, believe it or not. They just kept on going. They just wouldn't quit. And I think if I'm going to continue to shoot those Sniper Sling 0.6, I may adjust my taper from 20 to 12 instead of 22 to 12. I don't think I need that kind of power with the 8mm steel. I got plenty of speed with those, and I'm trying to get that little tiny bit. It's like a little tab holding it together right in the middle there. And I keep just touching the edge and passing it through the hole. Yeah, again. All right. So I think I'm going to aim a little lower and try to knock it off with the, fuck. the blunt force trauma. Sorry for the language. It's getting a little frustrated. I keep passing it through the same hole. There we go. Cut. We're gonna have to change that can up for another one in a second. So when you guys are out practicing and doing your shooting, do you tend to flip flop around with tapers and whatnot a lot? I've found that whenever I'm out here doing reviews and all that stuff, I'm constantly using different setups, different bands, different elastic, different pouch, different all the time, and it does actually make me go backwards in my accuracy a little bit, because I'm constantly flip flopping in shooting styles and elastic and pouches and bands and everything like that. So recently, most of my shooting that I've been doing has been with the S Enlivener. I've done some pretty amazing shooting with that thing, and well, I absolutely love that frame. The Axiom X also I've been doing some shooting with recently, doing pretty well with that one too. But I've pretty much been sticking to one frame, trying to get everything dialed in and try to get the best accuracy out of myself as I can possible. But it's been kind of tough. All that testing and flip flopping really isn't the best thing to do. If you guys are ever out practicing and you're trying to get yourself locked in to I guess a standard or quality of whoa, right there, you know, to get locked into a really good standard, or anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, really dialed in on your shots, flip flopping with frames and bands and all that stuff probably isn't the best thing to do. Oh, woo! Looks like we might get this one early, guys. Not much left of him. Right through that stupid hole again. I think I could probably cut this one in one shot if I can get this lined up properly. Hold on, let's see. Oh, so close. All right, I got two shots left. That spot I have to hit keeps on turning to the left. No. All right, we're gonna have to go reload. Should have done that the last time I was down there. I am the Canilator. Got a question for you real quick. What is it that you're using to tie your pouch to your bands with? Are you what's your preferred method of a pouch tying method? What's your best what's your go-to is what I'm trying to ask you. There we go. For the longest time, I used to use amber belt. Constrictor knots, eh? For the longest time, I used to use amber belt, and I was having problems with them coming loose. So then I did try the you're a constrictor knot guy, eh, Brian? Yeah, I used to use the amber belt for a while, but I found that I was getting weird cuts on my bands, always at the pouch end. So I ended up switching to the cuffs for a while. I did cuffs for a while, and I was still getting those tears in the corners, still pretty quick. Because if you're shooting a little bit heavy and those cuffs aren't tight enough, and you start having that band slip down inside, that's the friction, kills your bands in no time. So I tried the constrictor knot. Constrictor knot was pretty nice. But I was only getting like 300 shots before they'd come loose and break. So I ended up going right back to the thing I originally started with, was crystal string. And I don't think I'm going to look back. I like the crystal string. It's easy to tie. It's dirt cheap. It don't take much to tie your pouch on. And as long as you tie them tight, you never have to worry about anything falling apart on you. So it's pretty good. There we go. Can's cut. So I think maybe the crystal string's probably my go-to. What do we got going on here? Hey, Tish Cope. I hope I got that name right. I apologize if I didn't. Hi, I'm Mark. How far past your anchor point does your current setup go? I used wax thread and constrictor knot, pulled very tight. Now, you know what? I never tried the wax cord. I do have some waxed leather thread. I would imagine that would work pretty good for a constrictor knot. I should probably go back and try that. I was using a paracord for a while and a few other things that was causing a bit of an issue. They were coming loose, and it was annoying. So I ended up going away from it. But I would definitely try that wax cord. So you want to know how far it goes past? I guess all the way back to my ear. Yep, I don't got it maxed out. If you want your bands to last, don't max them out. Definitely the maxed out bands are faster, but that's pretty much it. It makes your draw heavier. Makes the longevity pretty crap. Usually, if I'm going to be maxing out bands, okay. Oh well, I guess I'll have to drag a. Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah, usually. Oh. Well, that wasn't good. I'm glad you're all still with me. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. I catch it next time. The wind is a little bit much, and I actually have a. Let's put a pheasant head back up here. I like shooting pheasant heads. I got one of these guys here too. They're kind of fun to shoot. Oh. All right. Let's get us some pheasant head. Square band slingshots. Oh, cool. Northeast Slingshots, how you doing, bro? Ah, dude, you're killing me. You didn't have to do that, man. Shit, I appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate the support. Yeah, are you guys out in New Hampshire? You guys gonna be getting those 3 or 4 days of rain now coming up? Bro, I'm trying to get out here and do a vid, But I didn't want to prepare a traditional video and do all that work for dude, you're crazy, man. You don't need to do that. Yeah, 4 days of rain coming, eh? Yeah, I didn't want to do all the work planning out a whole video and all that stuff, because I tend to put about 2 hours of work in just prepping for these videos before I head on out. And I didn't want to do that because they were telling us, I don't know, what time is it we have here now? It must be yeah, we're just past almost 1 o'clock. I didn't want to go ahead and do all that work just to have the rain come pouring down as I got onto location, because I wasn't planning on shooting a video here today. It was going to be out in the woods. I wanted to collect some forks. But sure enough, the rain didn't start like they said it was going to. And, well, here we are, shooting in the backyard, having some fun with some natties. Ooh, getting vibration on the short bands now. Really, all the way in Greece. Cool. When I was, I guess we were probably at somewhere around the 40-minute mark on this live. It's actually started to rain. It started to come down, and then it kind of slowed off right away. Really big drops. I think I got lucky. That part of the storm probably blew over. Whew, man. Back to stinking it up again. There we go. Whoa, man. Yep, it's gonna be a rough one. The eyeballs are freaking out. Yeah, the wind now, when I first came out, the wind was blowing just a little bit. I was able to get some long draw shots going on, but now as soon as I stretch those bands out, they start playing guitar on me. So I figured maybe we should just put the long draw aside, and I went to one of my first ever natties I ever carved, or the first natty I ever carved, and I did some shooting with that guy, but the fork width is a little bit too wide. It's causing me a little trouble. So, wow, that was terrible. Yeah, we're just stinking it up today a little bit, eh? Oh yeah, Vermont's so nice, especially in fall. It's a beautiful place. When I was a kid, we used to have a trailer out at a trailer park in Rouse's Point, New York State. It was called Kings Bay Campground. It's no longer there anymore, unfortunately. Get out of here. And I think probably for the first like 16 or 18 years of my life, we were up there like every other weekend, pretty much hanging out at that place, and it was a lot of fun. We were right on Lake Champlain. We used to, my trailer was basically here. I had a big storage warehouse right in front of me, unfortunately, but right when you crossed the street, the water was right there. We had our boat parked up against the tied up against a tree there, and we used to do fishing, and spent all my time catching minnows and fish and all kinds of things. It was a blast in that place. But they ended up raising the prices. Some new company bought it. They raised the prices to a ridiculous amount that nobody can afford, and they basically let the place go to shit. And I'm probably assuming that there was probably developers that are going to be putting houses and stuff on the land there, right along the water, and make a little community in that spot. But it's too bad. It was such a nice spot. But I had so much fun going down to the States every weekend. It was a big fun trip for us. It was about an hour and a half drive there and back. Love that little trailer. Yeah, now my parents have another trailer up in Ontario somewhere, and hoping to get some videos done there this summer. Some fishing videos could be fun. I'm going to be heading on up there with my canoe. There's these this grasslands that are up there. These tall grasses all the way through, and they have these trails of like little creeks and rivers that go through them. I want to explore those in the canoe. Could be fun. And while I'm up there, if I can find some hunting grounds, it'd be fantastic. Yeah, Rouse's Point, eh? It was such a nice little town. I don't know how it is. I haven't been there in like I don't know, I guess like 20 years, maybe 25 years or so. But it was such a great little town, beautiful little place. We used to hit by the Grand Union on the way in, buy all of our food for the week, and then spend our whole weekend up there, and then come on home. It was a lot of fun. My dad loved his Genesee cream ale, boy. Woo! It was good stuff. Oh, wow, that's cool, man. You must have some cool spots to check out and do some shooting around there, I'd imagine, out in the desert like that. It'd be pretty badass. Just found out a house. Just found out a 21 house development going on below my cabin. Totally bummed. Ah, that sucks. There will be people within more money than So are you guys going to be how close are they going to be to your place? Are we talking like a couple of like a kilometer or two, or like, or they'd be like right up on the back of your property? Because that would suck. Oh. Yeah, the worst thing is you'll end up having people walking around, passing right through your property. I know one of my buddies has a nice chunk of land, and they got some people driving around on their four-wheelers on his property sometimes. Woo, that was terrible. It's hard to talk and shoot. Yeah, luckily some of the people that have been trespassing on his property were like neighbors and friends, which is okay. But some of the people that were zipping around on there, he had no idea who they were. And it's one thing zipping around on a four-wheeler on somebody else's property. It's bad enough. It does quite a bit of damage to your property. But the one thing I just couldn't accept is people throwing the garbage around. That would just drive me crazy. Yeah, that would discourage some people, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I wonder if you guys are going to be able to if they're going to see if they can try to buy you out. Might be. A lot of those developers do that. They'll create a community right there, and then they go ahead and try to buy up everything else around it, so they can keep expanding their little communities and making their millions. There used to be a nice old quarry around where I live, and I think I might have a fishing video up there. I'm not sure if it's on this channel or not, but we were out there doing some shooting and some video of the fishing. We're having a blast catching largemouth bass, doing a great job. And one day I took my son out there. It's like a kilometer hike through the woods, and then you arrive at this quarry, and then everything's good. But we were out there fishing, and then the owner of the property came out and started giving me crap. The city had called him because there was a bunch of garbage all over the floor where kids were out there drinking and having a good time. And sure enough, by the time he got there, And me and my son, being the way we are, if we see garbage in a pristine area like this, we cleaned it up. So I ended up taking a couple of garbage bags out of my backpack that I always keep with me just in case shit gets dicey. And I picked it all up, threw it into, had it in 2 bags, and I was planning on hiking out the kilometer in the woods with this garbage. And the guy came over and started giving me crap for trespassing. And I was like, look, dude, it's not posted or signed anywhere. We thought it belonged to the city, and so here we are, you know. And he's like, oh no, it's okay, I don't mind if you use the if you come here and fish. He's like, but I don't want to see any garbage lying around, or I don't want anybody making fires because the fire trucks can't get back here. And I'm like, oh, we're not making fires. Said we're just out here sling shooting and fishing, having a good old time. Anyway, they ended up he ended up telling us that we can come back and come here and fish anytime we wanted. That was not an issue. Just please don't throw garbage. I'm like, yeah, no problem. And you can see I've already cleaned up your mess. And sure enough, a couple weeks later, a bunch of kids are in there drinking, having fun. They decided to do a little swim across the quarry. 4 of them went out. 3 of them came back. They ended up having a whole bunch of people in there. I guess the kid got a cramp or something like that, and then he drowned. It was pretty bad. So now that whole area is just blocked off to the public. Yeah, they had divers in there trying to find the body, and it was just bad all the way around. I don't know if there was any charges laid or anything like that, but apparently alcohol and drugs were involved in the whole issue, and a bunch of kids drowned, or 1 kid drowned anyway. It was pretty bad. Yeah, man, that's the way I kind of roll. I had a big issue too, ice fishing a few years back. We had a group of guys that were coming on, leaving their propane tanks, their cigarette packs, and you know, they'd catch fish that they didn't want and just leave them there. And I ended up getting pissed off, and I called well, that's our version of the DNR here. And they came by and checked everybody, and turns out there was like 20 of those guys hanging out. 20 of those guys hanging out doing some fishing. And not one of them had a freaking license, and they were all leaving with fish. And anyways, just stupidity. But to leave propane tanks and garbage and all that stuff, I mean, man, if you're gonna come here and just lay waste to our beautiful areas, you know, and leave your garbage, it doesn't make no sense. Do I have any experience shooting BBs? Nope, never. The smallest I've gone, I shoot 8mm for the most part, and sometimes 9.5. And I did buy a whole bunch of 1/4 inch just because I could find it easier and it's cheaper. But I haven't gone any smaller than that, and I can't shoot the 1/4 inch. So 8mm steel seems to be my deal. Hey, how's it going, Nick? Thanks a lot for the support. I'm glad you enjoy the content, man. Yeah, I don't know how deep that quarry goes. Northeast Slingshot says those quarries can go really deep, and there's some of it that's really, really shallow. It was around 5 to 8 feet in certain areas, but there's one section that just drops straight down. Like you would like release your jig head or something like that, and it would drop for like a good 8 to 10 seconds, just keep dropping. And I don't know how deep it was, but it had some good depth. Now, if he wound up and down there, he's probably somewhere around 40, 50 feet, maybe more even. And that's the only spots that we've been to. There have been a bunch of other spots that were even deeper. But maybe if you guys want to check out, I did a video on that. Maybe if you guys want to check it out, I'll post that video with me and my brother. We're doing some fishing, catching some bass, and you can check it out. It's a beautiful little spot. Actually, I was there with my son too, and I did a video about that. The owner was talking about how the land in the area wasn't that clean. And I'm like, I beg to differ, because I happen to know a little bit about something about ecology, and it seems that the more amphibians you have in your area, the healthier your ecosystem is. Seems to be a good genetic marker of the quality of your land. And in this particular spot, I originally started going there was to find to go herping with my son. We'd go there, we'd catch frogs, snakes, and salamanders, and all kinds of stuff. Now, if we wanted to catch any of those critters, we'd go to the quarry, because the quarry was absolutely full of them. These things, every rock, every branch, every stick you folded over, there was an amphibian somewhere under there, like a frog or a salamander, or some kind of a small-looking snake. And we ended up catching hundreds of them in a day. And all their parts seemed to be normal. So all their fingers and all their toes, their tails, everything was in good shape. No sores, no nothing on them, which is indicative of a really good, clean environment that's pretty close to the city, and that's kind of rare. So typically you would have a lot of runoff in these areas that would cause algae to grow in the water, and you'd have either little to no frogs or toads or anything like that in the area, or you would have them with sores on their bodies, and these were all clean, and we caught hundreds of them. So we should have found a couple of them that were in bad shape, but we found none. And he comes out talking about how the damn turtles and the chorus frogs that are here are causing him problems, and chorus frogs are endangered in our area. And it's sure enough, the city wouldn't allow them to build in there, and I think they might have just caved. I heard that somebody was in there building condos all around really expensive homes, and they're not happy about it. I recommended you to some friends of mine in Jamaica. Mickey and Stretch Fun Times. We learned a lot from your videos. Excellent work. Hey, bro, I really appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot for sharing the word and getting ATO out a little bit. Appreciate you, man. We live in a wildlife preserve, and herping is easy money here. Yeah, I bet. Snakes, geckos, lizards, toads. Oh, yeah, they're everywhere, eh? It's so much fun. I got a video. It's probably one of my favorite videos I've ever shot. It's me and my son. I guess he was around 8 or 9 years old. I showed him how to catch crayfish. So we went down to the river, we're flipping over rocks, and we're catching these crayfish. And I kept on showing him, like, look, don't be scared of them. They really don't hurt when they bite you. These are really, really small ones. So I was putting them on, and they were pinching onto my hand. I'm like, see, it's nothing. So he ends up catching a pretty big one. And he puts his little finger in there, and this thing claps down. And he's like, oh, he starts freaking out a little bit. And he's like, oh, wait a minute, this isn't too bad. He takes it out. I'm like, so I say to him, see, it wasn't so bad. He's like, no, it wasn't bad. I thought it was going to be like a wolf bite. This is what he told me. He thought it was going to be like a wolf bite. I don't know how he got that, but man, kids are funny. They say some crazy crap. I'm gonna have to get out and get my fishing license. We're almost at time for catfish season to start up here. We get in spring we get some pretty crazy catfishing going on. A lot of channel cats come in, nice and hey, how's it going, Yin? Check out this beauty here. This is the one we're shooting today. It's my kind of like my Sparrow homemade slingshot. I got a little bit more work to do on this guy. We're going to fill up some of those wormholes and do some sanding down on the handle just a little bit more, but I'm really happy the way this guy feels. Shoots really nice. Yeah, Addy, we've been at it for a while on this one, bro. We're coming close to 2 hours already. Just out here shooting my mouth off and doing some shooting, bro. That's about it. Shooting some natties. So we started off the, hey Tony, how's it going, buddy? So we started off the video shooting long draw, but the wind got a little bit nasty. I was shooting this guy here from Lone Star Catapult. It's the one he made for me. I did that long draw shooting video. I was trying to get out and do some shooting, but I was getting way too much vibration on the band. See that? Look at him go. Yeah, just wasn't happening. So I switched to this guy. Switched to this guy here. This is my first ever Natty that I ever carved. Pretty nice. Made out of beechwood, super solid. Got it nice and finished. Got a decent grain on there, and I think I'm going to end up probably raffling this one off. I find it's a little bit too wide for me. I have a hard time shooting it, but I think putting in the right hand, somebody will really enjoy it. And then we got this guy here. It's a nice looking frame. Got some buckskin wrapped up on there. It's really comfortable. Shoots nice. And we got to head on down there and get some more ammo. I think I'm going to change up that pheasant head and go to something a little bit smaller now. See if we can dial it in again, or maybe I'll shoot that one on a spring again for a little bit. But let's get some ammo. Oop. Let's get that 40 mil flipper back up there again. Oop. Well, I was actually kind of hoping to get out and shoot a regular video today with the looming rain and all that stuff going on. I ended up passing and doing the live. I'm kind of glad I did the live. They always seem to be a little bit fun. Get to chat with you guys back and forth. And but I still got to keep those regular videos coming. Yeah, it's nice out here, but we got like 4 days of rain coming. They were supposed to come today. We had the guys up there working on the roof yesterday, and they were supposed to come back on Monday, but it looks like they're not going to be able to come back again till Wednesday. We were supposed to have rain all day today, and well, there's no rain yet. We had a little bit of drizzle in the beginning of the video, but nothing since. So anyway, just out here shooting. Feel like I'm kind of probably should have just done another video, and we'll see how it goes, but that's all right. Yeah, buddy. I actually did a review of this guy as soon as I made it. We did some card cuts with it and all kinds of stuff. It was actually pretty fun. What's the width on this one? This one is 88 millimeters. And this one is 98 millimeters. This is really, really big for me. Yeah. By the way, if any of you guys are out there liking Nattys, you got to check out Tony Knesson right here. He does some crazy Nattys. He posts them up on Facebook, so you should head on over there and give him a follow and check him out, because he does some beauties right there. Absolute beauties. Yep, we got Sniper Sling on here. This is 0.5. And on this frame here, I've got a 0.5 taper from 22 to 12. And I've got a West Mitchell kangaroo leather pouch on here. The other one I have here on this guy is also a Sniper Sling that's on there. And this one is a leather pouch that was given to me by my friend Gasper, who was on the Sling Den recently, a top shooter from Spain. We did some shooting with that guy. This is a goat leather pouch, and it's really, really nice. Like, I was a kangaroo guy all the time. Wasn't crazy about cow leather pouches, but the goat leather is fantastic. Super supple and soft. And on this guy, my Lone Star Catapult long draw, this is a Gongchi white with another West Mitchell pouch on there that's more along the shape of a one of the, a little bit smaller, but along the same shape as a pouch from Simple Shot, and it's pretty nice. Bro, I gotta tell you, Tony, you make some of the nicest natties I've ever seen. They're absolutely beautiful, especially those ones you've got those blue that blue epoxy. You fill up those cracks with them. It's fantastic. Looks amazing. Oh, just short of that one. There we go. Shooting high today. Again, shooting high. There we go. So I don't know about you guys, but I find when I do a lot of shooting, like over and over and over again, whole bunch of shooting, I find where I anchor on my face, it kind of becomes desensitized to having my thumb there, and I end up starting moving around a little bit, a little high, a little low. I got to really find a way to dial that in. I've tried doing a like a 2-point anchor system. I don't know if people do that, but they'll put your thumb, say they'll put their thumb up on their cheekbone, and then they'll touch their lip with their other finger. So they got 2 points. So if everything doesn't kind of lock in the same way, you know that you've got something going on. I kind of do something similar with my bow. When I pull back, I lock this part here in behind my jaw, and I got my trigger here, and then I'm looking through my little peep sight. So that gives me 2 points to make sure that I'm lined up. If I'm not looking through my peep sight perfect, then I know that my anchor is not right, and I have to adjust. But I would like to find a way to kind of implement that into slingshot shooting, to try to make sure you can lock in on the same position all the time. What do I prefer? About my pouches? Is that what you're saying? Sorry, guys, I just inhaled a bug. Oh, thought I got rid of them. I apologize for that. That was kind of gross. Well, I think if I'm talking about my setup from today, probably my favorite setup I've been shooting recently is my S Enlivener. My S Enlivener with I've been shooting those Falcon .55 bands a lot recently, only because it's still a little bit on the cold side here, and I've been shooting a lot those GZK pit locating pouches, but I think I'm going back to these leather ones. I like them. I think I like them better. I think I'm a leather pouch guy. I gotta stop messing around with those other pouches. I put on one of those GZK pit locating pouches for a while, and I was shooting really good with it. But I find those super fiber pouches tend to scrape my face, and I get this little mark when I'm shooting with them. With the leather pouches, I get a little red spot, but I don't bleed. Pretty much is what I'm trying to say. I do a 2-point anchor, thumbnail under the cheekbone, and then roll my thumb knuckle to where the bone terminates. Been pretty. That makes sense. That's a cool idea. Bugs and caddies, I know, man. Came out here to do some shooting and ended up eating some protein. Ooh, just cut the bottom of that. Whew. Yeah, so I think going forward in the next little while, I'm going to be doing a bit of a series. We're going to keep on going with the usual stuff, you know, the reviews and whatnot. But I am going to be doing another series coming out. It's going to do a little mix up with the outdoorsy stuff with slingshot shooting. So I think my plan is we're going to be doing. I'll be setting up a course in the woods to do some shooting with a set that I want to continue to shoot with. I got a couple of reviews I got to do, so I may mix this in at the same time. But I think I'll keep the reviews, the more the outdoorsy stuff. But we're gonna do some shooting, and I'm gonna do some one-pot meals that we can cook outside in the bush while we're there, and we'll be able to see some good shooting and some good food, hopefully. But I've got a pretty good recipe for rabbit stew, and we can make some other meals too, like while we're out there, and just keep the outdoorsy stuff going. And I think at around the end of May or so, a Victoria Day weekend, we have I think I have an outdoor expedition planned with my buddy Jesse. We'll see how that one goes. We should be going to out to his property on that big chunk of land. And there's this little lake that's in the middle of nowhere. We're going to try to find that lake, hike our way out there, try to find that lake, do an overnight, and possibly some fishing and some eating. And yes, I'll be bringing a slingshot with me, and we can probably record some fun shots along the way. Should be fun. And also, we're going to be setting up some trail cameras, check out what kind of critters we got in the area. Should be fun. How do you find those? How do you find those laminated pouches? I've tried a few of them from Warrior and a couple of other places, and I find they always tend to delaminate at some point or another. It's not really my favorite thing. I find they hold pretty well, but they could be better. Well, I got to tell you, this is not my best shooting frame, but it's definitely one of my favorite to hold in my hand. And I can do some decent shooting with it. Oh, missed that one. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I guess you really gotta force the pressure into them, right? So you glue them up and you put some kind of pressure on them. I guess you use a vise of some kind. But I would imagine that would really push the fibers into each other to actually make it hold better. That would make sense. But the laminated ones I've tried from Warrior didn't last. I don't even think I got 50 shots out of them before they started to separate. But the Warrior Mongol pouches, I don't know if you've ever tried those before, but the blue ones are just lovely. The blue ones are one of my favorite pouches of all time. They're really, really nice. Nice thick kangaroo leather. Time to knock out the honeydew list. Yeah, Annihilation. Thanks for all the extra content, brother. Thanks. Have a great weekend. You too, bro. Thanks a lot for stopping in, man. Appreciate you. Take care, Tony. Are you on your way out too, bro? You take it easy and have a good day, man. How many frames do I have? Oh, buddy, I got a lot. I don't know. I really don't know the number. How many I do have, but I'm assuming it's probably around 60. Maybe some more. I got quite a few. I may need to do an update video on my collection from A to Z. I'll try to round them all up. I got them all over the house. Just in case we have an intruder, you know. Yeah, I'll round them all up one of these days, and I'll do a live, and I'll go through every single one of my frames one by one, and maybe we'll do it outside too, and I'll see if I can hit a 40 millimeter flipper with every single one of them. How many friends have I got you shoot with at all? Shoot well with? I don't have anybody that I know that I shoot with. I'm the only one that I know that shoots. Sometimes my son will come out and shoot with me, but I don't know anybody. That's why I joined up on that Grizzly Catapult team Facebook group, and we do some live shoots on there. And it's actually giving me the one thing that I've been missing is actually that camaraderie of shooting with some bros, you know? So that's pretty much what I do. Is I head on over to the Grizzly Catapult team. We do some shooting there. We do some shooting live. It's a lot of fun. And I think coming up in the future, I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. He's got one coming up starting Monday. It's going to be a fun challenge. You got a 60 millimeter flipper. You're going to have to shoot that 4 times, take 2 meters back, shoot that 4 times, take 2 more meters back, and shoot that 4 more times. So in the end, you should have 12 shots. That'll be your score. And then week 2, it's going to be week 1 is 8 meters, 10 meters, and 12 meters. Then week 2 is 10 meters, 12 meters, and 15 meters, 4 shots each. And then whoever scores match up line to line will be a head-to-head to see who wins. It's going to be fun. It's going to be real fun. I hope some of you guys will actually join us up on that group. There's a lot of good shooters and a lot of good dudes over there. Oh, how many frames do I have that I shoot well with? I don't know. Probably out of the whole group, I probably cycle through about 10 of them that I really like to shoot and that I shoot well with. Some of them, it's I could shoot them okay. A lot of them I could shoot okay, and some of them are just it's like a nope. It's like this big boy here. I don't know. I love the way it feels in my hand. It's probably the most comfortable slingshot I've ever held in my life. But the forks are just way too wide for me, and it actually takes a lot of work. I have to gap shoot with it, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Hey, Lone Star, you're back. Yeah, man, I'm still shooting. The last time I did that, I actually carved a little hole in my face. Anyway, I'm still at it out here. Yeah, I'm a sucker for punishment, still shooting. Yeah. At this point now, I'm getting kind of tired, so I'm kind of like hit and miss at this point, but who cares? It's still fun. Hey, Mark, love the videos. What would you say is the best 0.5, 0.6 bands? I'm thinking of trying 8mm ammo instead of 9.5. Well, for me, my two favorites bands are, I'll give you my three favorite bands and an honorable mention. Okay, so my number one, I think, is Gongchi. My number two is Sniper Sling 0.5. Are you still there, guys? Let me know if everything's good. We just got disconnected somehow for a second. So, yeah, my number one is Gongchi White 0.5. My number two is Sniper Sling Yellow 0.5. And my number three is probably Falcon 0.5 White. And then my number four is probably Salinzi 8. I really like the 0.5 Salinzi 8. It's really, really light, great target shooting bands. Yeah, you have to take advantage of the weather. It was supposed to start raining here at around 10 o'clock today, and it didn't rain. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go shoot a video. So I got ready to come out and shoot the video. And sure enough, I got out here, started rolling at around 11. I announced it on Facebook, came back out, and started shooting. And it actually started to rain right in the beginning of this video a little bit. Started to drip a little bit. And I was getting worried. I said, I'm going to stick it out. And if it gets too bad, I was going to call it quits. But it blew over, so here we are. But it's actually supposed to be pouring rain right now all the way till Wednesday. Got lucky. No problem, Kit. Anytime. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. The PPMG TTF, no, I haven't. I really suck at TTF, but I think I'm going to try it. I actually have one on the way, but it's an OTT version. We'll see how that goes. And I know the fork width on those things are really wide, but we'll see how it goes. It was actually donated to me by somebody over in I believe in the UK, and I really, really appreciate it. So we're gonna have to get out, do some shooting with that guy, and see if I can make it work. Oh, I can't believe I got that shot, man. That catch box was rocking and rolling down there. Oh, I was just low on that one. There we go. Yeah, I'm sure it is accurate. You know, I think I am going to end up caving one day and trying out one of those PPMG Plus TTF frames. I just can't do it right now, but I'll probably end up caving and getting one. I think it's just one of those frames you got to add to your collection no matter what, you know. Anyway, we'll see. Oh. You know, I always love shooting the plastic flippers, like from Wasp. I think they're probably my favorite ones. But the cool thing about these leather ones is you can actually tell where you're hitting on them by the sound that they make. I'll see if I can hit the white spot, and then I'll try to hit the red right in the center, and we'll see the difference in sound. Listen to this. Okay, that was a miss. But when you hit the white section, it makes like a little slap. But when you hit the red dot in the center, like that, it's a crack. You can really hear the difference. Makes a big difference. See if I can just catch the outside of it now. See if it makes a difference. See if you can hear that sound. Yeah, hear the difference? Nice and quiet with the white. You hit that little red bit in the middle, man, it makes a nice pop. Oh, wow, you're going to cast your own? That's so cool. Just a tie on? Yeah, that's no big deal. 104 millimeter forks. I'm struggling over here with 98 millimeter forks. I can just imagine what the 104 millimeter forks are like. It's just nuts. All right, let's back this up just a little bit. And I put a few more hits on those pheasant heads just wobbling around back there. All right. Oh, just missed that one. Again, shooting a little bit to the left. Gotta wiggle on over this way a little bit. Give that a little turn. Oh, it's hard to hit that pheasant head. He's really, see, he's really, I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera there, but he's really, really moving around in the wind. Oh, that time was just a shitty shot. There we go. Just missed him. All right, can't just pick on one pheasant head. We got to put a couple shots on that other guy there. Oh, I only got 2 shots left. Oh, again, okay. It's the last shot here. It's the last one I got. Oh, man, gotta get some more shots. I don't know about you guys, I'm getting a little hungry. Been at this for a while now. All right, we got a nice little reload here. Let's get back and get those pheasant heads there. No, none of the neighbors have come out and shot, but I know my neighbor on one side, when he was back home living in the islands, he was telling me that they used to hunt with catapults all the time. They used to shoot birds, and they were slinging all over the place. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to try to get them over here one day, have a couple of beers, and do a little shoot. Ah, I left my frame over there. I'll be right back. There we go. All right, now we have to get that little guy on the right. There we go. Not going to get away that easy. Oh, so I'm missing some of the action here. Yeah, a lot of people say that, oh, they're just toys, they're just toys. I was talking to some of the roofers just yesterday when they were packing up and leaving, and I was coming out to shoot. And the guy's like, oh, really? How fast can you go? I'm like, well, my fastest setup, I had a 6 gram projectile going at 315 feet per second. You do the math on that. You know, I wouldn't want to catch one of those in the leg or in the back or in the face or anywhere. I don't know. I think they're called toys, and it's probably a good thing that they are. Otherwise, we wouldn't be allowed to play with them. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I was just listening to Chris from Catapult Cartage was talking about that the other day. How, you know, people were like, "Hey, can I try your slingshot?" And you're like, "No, no, you can't. I don't want to take that risk of somebody grabbing one of my beautiful, nice frames and actually just frame hitting the shit out of it. I think I would lose my mind. You know, it's bad enough if I do it, but you know, letting somebody else shoot that frame, nope." Man, this wind keeps picking up. I'm getting paranoid that my camera's going to fall over again. I tell you, those little wobbly pheasant heads are so much fun to shoot. Natty, you're killing me, bro. I'm starving over here. You can't rub that in my face. Shit. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be heading up to my. My father's trailer park this summer, and I'm thinking about putting on a workshop for some of the kids there to try to help grow the sport, and possibly shoot a video. It might be fun. We're gonna set up a shooting range. He's got to talk to the people over there, but a lot of people seem interested. We're gonna set up a shooting range over there. We're gonna get the kids out. I've got a whole bunch of HDPE frames that we could set up. I'll probably set up a couple of right-hand, a couple of left-hand frames, or ambidextrous frames, and get out there and do some shooting with them. It'll be a lot of fun, I think, and maybe get some other kids into the sport. And that's really what it's all about, getting out there and teaching kids how to shoot and have some fun. They've got a really, really cool field that's out there too, that backs onto the bush. And I think we'll be able to get a bunch of kids out there and having a good day of shooting. I got a big bag of clays that I want to get rid of anyway, and I think if anything, probably clays are the best things to shoot. So in case they do have a crazy fork hit or a hand hit, yeah, it's gonna hurt like a bastard, but it's not gonna damage them in any way, really. Maybe give them a little scratch or something, but it's not like hitting yourself in the hand with a 9.5 millimeter steel. Oh man, it's so much fun trying to catch those guys on the move. There we go. We're gonna get him right now. Oh no, he ducked it. Got him. There we go. Yeah, man, still alive. But I think I'm going to wrap this one up very, very soon. I've got a lot of shooting done. I've passed a lot of rounds. I don't know what we're at yet, but the bands are still looking pretty good. Pretty good. We look like we might have something starting right there. I don't know if you can see that little nick in there, but we probably got another 30 or 50 shots. Maybe we can get through this guy before these bands fail. We'll see. Whew. Did a lot of shooting today, though. There we go. All right, let's move back over to that 40 mil flipper. There we go. Hey, better late than never, bro. Did I finish the coffee? Oh yeah, the coffee's long gone. The coffee's long gone. I put that thing in there, and I think I drank coffee every day for drink that coffee every day for a week until it was gone. Lone Star Catapults, when he sent me that frame, he sent me a pack of coffee that came with it, and it had this weird, I don't want to say it's weird, but it was different from what I'm used to, and it had like a little citrus kick in the background. It was fantastic, delicious coffee. Actually, it was a great after dinner coffee. It had like something good to have with dessert. You know, it was fantastic. Yep, that catch box spits those bullets out. Those little those 8 mil steel out like nothing. I think it's like 50-50 land in there, and the other 50% land on the grass. And I have to do a little mod on the inside with the flippers to find a way to attach them up so they don't, so I can put them in a little bit, and that'll help a lot of those bounce outs. Oh, just missed that one. Shooting a little low. Done deal, bro. I'll let you know if I need another order of that stuff, and I'll send you down some cash. You can send me a big box of that stuff. It was delicious. Yep, we'll be letting them shoot clays. They'll be shooting clays the whole time. It'll be safer for them and better for the environment. This way, the owner of the park doesn't get upset finding little steels lying around all over the place. Yep, Tarson, you absolutely can make dandelion root tea. It's or coffee. I call it tea, but whatever. It's very good. You just pull them up from the root, give them a good cleaning, clip the roots off, and then you roast them first, and you can mash them all up, and then you can make a really good, it's a pretty decent coffee. It's a little bit on the bitter side, but it's tasty. Mushroom tea too. Yes, sir. Actually, mushroom season should be coming up soon with this burst of warm weather, and morels should be popping up soon. Might have to head on out and get some morels. Not enough cow poop around here to find the magic ones, if you know what I mean. Once those morels pop, though, whew, we'll be in business. Should be soon. Usually it's Victoria Day weekend, but we got warm fast, so they might actually pop a little early this year. And of course, we'll have to get up and find some wild garlic also. Ramps are delicious. Do I have any books on foraging? I used to have a couple. One of them was like this giant Bible of a book that everyone was praising. I can't remember the name of it now, but it was all drawn illustrations, and that is not good enough. especially if you're getting into anything in the carrot family or anything in the mushroom families. You definitely need to know what you're doing. There's some plants in the carrot family. I know people are always worried about the mushrooms, but there's some in the carrot family that are the deadliest plants that we have in North America, like water hemlock or cow's bane or anything like that. They're all bad, bad, bad. You don't want any part of those things. You don't want to eat any hogweed or poison parsnip. All of those things are all in the carrot family, and you got to be careful. And then you got Queen Anne's lace that everybody loves. So it's kind of tough that you have to be careful, right? But as for the mushrooms, there are many mushrooms that you can eat without having to worry about, like hedgehog mushrooms. You're 100% fine. There's really next to nothing out there that's even close that can make you sick. Chanterelles are another one. There are a false chanterelle, but they're pretty easy to identify and it won't make you sick. You've got morels. Now morels are pretty easy, but as long as you're cutting them open and you're looking inside and it's smooth with no weird connective tissues inside, you're good. You got a morel. False morels are toxic. Probably not enough to kill you, but they'll make you wish you died. And you got what do you call them? Well, there's chicken of the woods. There was also a very delicious mushroom, easy to identify. It's a polypore, no gills. I mean, yeah, there's other orange or yellowy colored mushrooms out there. They're probably not so good for you, like the jack-o'-lantern. But the jack-o'-lantern grow completely different. They don't grow in shelves. They grow in clusters. They have gills, I believe, and all whole stuff. So you don't have to really worry about that. The one dangerous one that I found is a honey mushroom. That one has some that are has some very toxic lookalikes, and I've picked those before, and we had to verify every single one of them with a spore print. But I mean, I'm not gonna tempt my fate too much with those. But with a bearhead's tooth or lion's mane, chanterelles, chicken of the woods, oyster mushrooms. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of them. Morels, all of those are safe to pick and eat, and very easy to identify for a beginner. King boletes too, and they're delicious. They're a good mushroom to pick. Oh, and a hen of the woods too also is good. Find those around oak trees. Oh yeah, it absolutely is, man. And I usually go out and I make, I'll find chaga, for example. I'll take chaga and I'll also take some wintergreen, and I make a nice tea out of that. It's almost like a wintry or like a minty tea. It's really good. And I like to taste the chaga. I don't make it so strong like some people do, where it's actually like pitch black. But I make a regular chaga out of it. Chaga tea, and I throw in a couple of leaves of I dehydrate the wintergreen, and it adds a really nice flavor, and actually also sweetens it up a little bit. Wintergreen tends to be like a sweet minty flavor. It's kind of nice. I used to have a bushcraft channel long before I did this Slingshot channel, and I plan on adding a little bit of both to this channel. So we'll do a little bit of some fishing, camping on this channel as well. I'll also be throwing in some maybe some wild edibles and stuff like that too, if you guys are interested in that. I have released a couple of videos already with some mushroom hauls that I've done, but they didn't seem to get any traction, so I didn't bother doing it too much. Yep, very healthy. And there's a lot of people that don't realize how much good food and stuff is lying around, and you can actually go to the store and spend like $40 a pound on a nice pile of mushrooms from a mushroom store. From wild caught mushrooms, they're very, very expensive, and they're usually almost spoiled by the time you get them. Well, that's it for me, folks. I'm out of ammo, and I'm not reloading again. We've been at this for almost 3 hours now, 2 hours and 40 minutes. So I'm going to pack this one up. But I want to thank you all for coming out and joining with me today, doing some shooting and some chatting. And maybe we'll do this again pretty soon. But the next time I put up a video, it's going to be a video, and not one of these lives. Oh, maybe I'll do another live. Who knows? We'll see what happens and what kind of time we have. But yep. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying these, please let me know in the comments, and we'll move on forward from there. Yeah, Addy, I've done a lot of bushcraft stuff, and me and my buddies, we tend to go out on at least a few times a year, and we do a good forage. Like this time of year, actually, we're probably a little bit late. The what do you call them? The ferns, whatever they're called. Ostrich ferns are starting to pop up now, and usually right after the ostrich ferns come the wild garlic and the morels, and then anyway, we do our stuff, and we pick a lot of stuff and have a good time. It's a lot of fun. It's unfortunate, but in our area, the ramps or the wild garlic have been picked so much that they actually put restrictions on them. We're only allowed to be in possession of 50 bulbs. So usually what I'll do is I'll go out and I'll pick some for that day, just to have them once a year, and I'll cook a meal, like cook a steak and whatever it is, and we'll fry up these things with a couple of other vegetables and stuff like that, and have a good meal. You fry up wild garlic with some wild found mushrooms, if you can get your hands on some oyster mushrooms, because they tend to pop a little early sometimes too. And then you've got you can find some wood sorrel that'll add a little bit of a citrusy flavor to it, and you can throw that all in together, and it makes a nice little meal. So it's something to do. And if you want some extra greens, you can throw some plantain in there. But what can you do? It's a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, that's it for me on this chat. I will see you again soon. Thanks a lot for stopping in. You guys take care. Stay safe. Get out and practice. Be good to each other. I'll see you again soon. I love you guys. You are freaking awesome. Bye for now. Till next time.